Okay, so continuing on from where we left off in part one, I was showing you the way that you could present this note-taking project. This person did this last year, submitting it on Classroom, just opening up a new Google Doc and having multiple pages of the Google Doc. Did decent. Would have liked to have seen maybe a title page, as a sort of jazzed up title page with name and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be an MLA. This does not need to be an MLA, but it would have been nice to see a nice jazzed up title page. If you want to see some examples of that, I've got some on paper from when we did it on paper in my room. But the actual samples here are pretty good, and how she laid this out. She did a nice job laying this out using. She actually, this is a pretty good example. I cut some of the ones you need to do, but she did insert some images. And again, you could also, if you wanted to make a table, you could make a table, or if you wanted to make a drawing, right in the Google Doc, Draw and Docs connect to each other. If you wanted to do that, it does lend itself nicely to graphic organizers as well. The one thing that I really want to show you with this one is that this person, and I had different notes last year, so ignore the actual content of the notes, used one of the note-taking styles, and did you'll need to identify the note-taking style that you use. So the only thing that this person did do, but they last year I had a different setup. They did write a paragraph about their notes. This year I'm not making you do that, but you do need to have you need to identify the note-taking style. Identify the note-taking style that 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 you're using. This person used a combination of Cornell and list style. So she used the list style to do that with the question method on the other in the columns on the Cornell style. This person typed their notes. If you, by no means in chapter 14 do you have to type your notes, you can write out your notes and know you're on. Okay, so how do I paste them into a Google Doc? Well, it's very, very easy when you have your phone. If you download the Google Doc app, Android or iPhone, you can take a picture of the Google of your image. So I'm going to do that. I've got one that I started a note taking example here. So I'm going to take a picture of something here and on my phone, and I'm going to insert it into the doc right from my phone. So I'm going to use the photo, and Docs would like to access my photo, so I'm doing this right on my phone here, and bingo, it inserted it into my document. So I could do that and pull up my document and from my phone that I've got going on here. I could do that. So I'm going to go back to open up my drive for a second. If it ever opens, the wheel's going. Open up my drive. Take a look at the million things I have in my drive. And I think I have note-taking test on here, which means just a test page for my note-taking. And you will see, or should see, the image from note-taking test that I inserted. There it is. Okay, so you can see the note-taking image that I inserted on that you would take notes. I just inserted that little plus sign on my phone, a little plus sign on my phone. So holding up my phone to you see the same thing on my phone here, and there's a little plus sign on the actual image. You won't be able to see it from here, but you can follow along. It's pretty self-intuitive. You can open up your Google Doc and insert an image, and I just happened to insert an image of my living room. Yay, fun! And you could insert an image of your notes, so you could type them or you can write them. So, in summary, you're going just to go back to the note taking rubric. You're going to need you're going to need these 8 styles plus the organizational patterns. That's 65 points, so about 5 points for each note-taking style organizational pattern. A compare-contrast paragraph or paragraphs with topic sentences, details that outline, compare and contrast the note-taking styles outlined here, and then a conclusion, and then a note-taking assessment. And in this, I need to add the fact that you need to identify the note-taking style being used. You need to identify the note-taking style being used, either at the top of your notes or somewhere near your notes. You need to identify the note-taking style being used, be it paragraph, list, be it definition style, which is another one that I'm not making you outline, but you can do, that's in the book. So again, you're going to use the book to outline, to paraphrase and make graphics for these note-taking styles.